It moves without a sound. No warning, no growl, no rattle. One moment the water is still. The next, something the size of a grown man is wrapped around you, and every breath you take makes it tighter. The green anaconda is the heaviest snake on Earth, and there is one question that haunts every biologist who has ever worked near its waters. Just how large can these animals actually get? That answer is more unsettling than you might expect. The Amazon basin is one of the most complex ecosystems ever to exist on this planet. Rivers overflow their banks for months at a time. Entire forests go underwater. And in that drowned, half-dark world, the green anaconda has spent millions of years becoming something close to perfect. It belongs to the boa family, constrictors, not venomous snakes. It does not need poison. It has something far more efficient. The scientific name is Eunectes marinus. Eunectes means good swimmer in Greek. That name does not do it justice. This animal is as comfortable underwater as most fish. It can hold its breath for up to 10 minutes. Its eyes and nostrils sit on top of its head so it can lie almost completely submerged, watching the surface. Invisible from above, patient beyond measure. It does not chase its prey. It waits for prey to come to it. To understand what this animal can do, you have to understand what it is built from. Female anacondas are dramatically larger than males. A big female can reach 6 or 7 meters in length and weigh over 200 kilograms. That is heavier than a mature male lion, heavier than a concert grand piano. She moves that weight with barely a ripple. The body is almost entirely muscle, hundreds of interlocking vertebrae, more than most snakes, each one capable of contributing force. When the anaconda throws a coil around something, it is not just squeezing with one point. Every loop acts simultaneously. And here is the part that most people get wrong. The anaconda does not suffocate its prey by crushing the lungs. Modern research shows it kills by cutting off circulation. The pressure it can generate stops blood from reaching the brain. Cardiac arrest, loss of consciousness within seconds, death in minutes. It does not need to hold on for long. A caiman drifts toward the bank. It is not small, easily 1.5 meters long, armored with jaws that can snap through bone. The anaconda has been still for 2 hours. It does not exist as far as the caiman is concerned. It is just the bottom of the river. Then, in a fraction of a second, it strikes. The jaws lock on. The body follows, throwing coils around the caiman before it can twist free. The caiman rolls. It thrashes. It uses every weapon it has. The anaconda does not fight back. It simply tightens. Every time the caiman exhales, the coils get tighter. Every heartbeat, tighter. It takes less than 5 minutes. Then the anaconda begins to swallow it whole. This is where the anatomy becomes extraordinary. The anaconda's jaws are not fused. Each side moves independently, walking forward over the prey in alternating steps. The skin of the throat stretches to accommodate shapes that should be impossible. A fully grown anaconda can swallow a prey item wider than its own head. After a large meal, it may not need to eat again for weeks, possibly months. Its metabolism can slow to near nothing when food is scarce. It digests everything, bones, hooves, hide, breaking down the entire animal with powerful stomach acids. There are documented cases of anacondas consuming deer, large peccaries, and even juvenile giant otters. One study recorded an anaconda that had swallowed an entire adult capybara, which can weigh 65 kilograms. That is not a meal. That is a feat of engineering. The mating season is one of the strangest spectacles in the natural world. Females release chemical signals, pheromones, into the water. Males follow those signals from surprising distances. What happens next is called a breeding ball. Up to a dozen males will coil themselves around a single female, sometimes for weeks. They compete not with aggression, but with persistence, each one trying to align with the female long enough to mate. The female is often twice the size of any male present. She ultimately decides. After mating, she carries the developing young inside her body. Anacondas give birth to live young, not eggs. A single litter can contain 20 to 40 snakes, each one already 0.5 meter long at birth and fully capable of hunting. No parent remains. From the moment they are born, they are on their own. At full size, the green anaconda has almost no natural predators. Jaguars have been documented killing anacondas, particularly younger ones. Large caimans can turn a hunt in their favor if the strike is not clean. But a healthy adult female, over 200 kilograms of coiled muscle, is essentially beyond reach. The real threat is human. Habitat loss is shrinking the floodplain systems the anaconda depends on. Hunting for skin and the illegal pet trade has affected populations in accessible areas. And as the Amazon dries at its edges, the seasonal floods that create the flooded forests, the anaconda's perfect habitat, are becoming shorter and less predictable. An animal that took millions of years to build cannot adapt in decades. Which brings us back to the question from the beginning. How large can a green anaconda actually get? The largest scientifically verified specimen was measured at just over 8 meters and weighed approximately 227 kilograms. That is the confirmed record, but verified measurements of wild anacondas are extraordinarily difficult to obtain. Reliable reports from indigenous communities and field researchers have described animals significantly longer, 10 meters, perhaps more. These are not confirmed. But the Amazon is enormous, and most of it has never been surveyed in any systematic way. What we do know is this: the green anaconda is still growing throughout its life. The oldest, most isolated females, living deep in floodplain systems no researcher has ever reached, maybe animals we have no accurate mental image of. The largest anaconda ever to live may never have been seen by human eyes. The Amazon is a world that operates by its own rules. Older rules, wilder rules, and somewhere in its flooded forests, in the black water between the roots, the green anaconda is doing what it has always done: waiting. Still, perfect. If this animal surprised you, if there is something you thought you knew about anacondas that turned out to be wrong, subscribe. Every week, we go deeper into the creatures that make this planet genuinely strange. Next time, we are going somewhere colder and darker. A predator that hunts using senses that should not exist. You will want to see this one.